Wednesday. Oh, perfectly in sync.
I know, right? I actually end up sleeping in the next day. Leo tries to coax me into going along, but I mumble something about needing to finish my project. The next thing I know, it's an hour later, and the motel room is empty. I chastise myself. I chastise myself for getting the late start I'm getting. I chastise myself for the late start I'm getting and roll out of bed, skipping a shower and instead gathering up all of my equipment. I decide to head to the old school, mostly out of convenience. It's less than a mile up Main Street. Wait, Chase is actually being responsible in this one?
I know that's kind of that's
It's not very Chase-like of him.
that's very yeah that's quite unusual for him. A little bit out of character, one might say.
Oh, man. Yeah, someone might be very upset and refuse to do this route for that very reason.
Probably.
Okay. Trying to find the optimal position for this microphone so it doesn't completely blown out. All
Although
right.
I don't want to shit on him too much.
Who? I mean, I
the
was just making somebody up.
the certain someone.
I mean, totally. It's broken down and vandalized to hell, which looks great through the camera. The original Echo School was built back in the early 1900s, but it was torn down and rebuilt in the 50s. That's the building I'm looking at right now. Apparently, all grades were combined into this one building, which was sectioned off by 3 floors. Um, but that only looks like 2 floors?
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks like only 2 floors, unless the first floor just doesn't have any windows, or
Or it's in the basement.
it could be in the basement. It could also just be yeah, maybe. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to make any sense.
Echo Elementary, Echo Junior High, and Echo High.
Echo High is
After
actually conducted on the roof.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean it's just like that, like those outdoor schools, man. It's also so if the kids want to get off and they really want to try their luck, they can jump off the building because it's only like a 2-story fall.
Right? I think
They'll
that's
probably
like
survive.
the that's like the ultimate in open architecture. It's just no architecture.
Dude, remember when we were kids where you went over to that one lawyer's house? And his son, who was super reckless, we used to jump off of his roof, which is like a 2 or 3 story fall, and like roll. You remember that?
I don't remember doing that. I think I remember him doing that. I'm pretty sure I wussed out of something like that because
Hmm.
I was fat back then too, and it's like I don't think I'm the kind of ball that bounces. I kind of just go dunk
And
and
just
go splat. I'm like a water balloon. I just splat.
After the 1980s, there were too few students to keep it functional, and they started busing everyone to Peyton instead, closing Echo's school down. It's a 2-story brick schoolhouse with a basement about 30 rooms inside. Okay, so the basement idea is correct.
Yeah,
I
basement
remember
was
my
correct.
I remember my parents saying that after it closed down, it was a rite of passage to sneak into the school at night and graffiti up the walls. Basically, everyone drew a pentagram. Yeah, that's pretty normal for students. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all religious. Let's draw pentagrams to piss off our parents.
Mm-hmm. I set the camera up to get a few shots of the outside of the school, making sure to emphasize the graffiti on the front and avoid the white soccer goal. Apparently, Echo was still putting the field to use. The windows are foggy, and though there are dozens of squares of missing glass, it's pitch black inside. I calculated in my mind how long I'd be speaking over this portion of the footage, realizing that it probably won't be longer than 10 or 15 seconds. I feel a little flare of annoyance at the thought of how much I'm putting into this and how little I'm getting out. I wonder if it I wonder if this is really the kind of thing I want to be doing and not for the first time. After about half an hour of trying different angles, I finally straighten up, wiping my forehead. The sun is up to the point of warming the top of my head, and I know that within a half hour it'll be burning up. I start packing up my camera when I feel a different sensation on the top of my head. A slight pressure and a prickle. The feeling that I'm being watched. I look back up at the school building. It's quiet, broken, and stoic, like it's been for the past few decades. Still, my eyes are drawn to the second floor, specifically to the window to the far right. I stare at it, narrowing my eyes. Behind the glass in the dark room, something curves out from the right side of the window. It, it's a lighter color, and it stands out in stark contrast against the black of the rest of the windows. It could be anything, really, but as I stare, I get the same vibes from it as I do from Carl's horns. I stare at it, waiting to see if it moves, morbidly imagining a face peering around the corner at any moment. Picturing Carl suddenly jumping out to stare at me from the window is kind of funny, but also creepy because I can't imagine what he'd be doing up there. The hairs on the back of my neck stand up, and I look around, kind of hoping that someone might be nearby. It's deserted, of course. My only company being the sun-baked road and dried sagebrush. I turn my attention back to the spot next to the window, half expecting the maybe a horn to be gone. Still there, though, having not shifted at all from when I first spotted it. I shift the strap of my camera bag onto my shoulder and stand up straight before moving a little closer to the building, next to the doors for a better look. Maybe, maybe it's a handle to something. Maybe it's the handle of an old watering can. Maybe for a class project forgotten long ago. Maybe. I shrug off the feeling and turn to leave.
I don't think.
I get the feeling that we have to enter the school.
I have a feeling it doesn't matter which one we pick. Shall we pick enter, the, or school?
To recklessly go where no
Otter
where
has
every
gone
otter has gone
before.
before. Let's enter the school. Enter. Something itches in the back of my brain. I look back at the door and can tell right away that there isn't anything holding it shut. At least not on the outside. Maybe I could get a few shots of what's in there. I walk slowly up to the door. A thin piece of plywood. Definitely not what was here originally. A small tin "No trespassing" sign hangs from it, almost completely rusted through. I give the door a tentative push, and it instantly gives way, sliding noisily across the concrete floor.
Now wait a minute. He said a tin. Does
Mm-hmm.
tin rust, or is that only iron? I know.
Does
I
tin element? Tin is an element. No, I don't. I don't. Tin's an alloy, right?
oh, is it? I thought it was an element.
Is it an element? No, tin does not rust.
It
Can't
does
remember.
corrode, and we're also seeing it through the eyes. Oh, tin is resistant to corrosion. Does not form rust when exposed. It can develop a layer of tin oxide. Okay, that's probably what he's seeing. He's just mistaking it for rust. I
So
mean, it is
literally
Chase that
tin.
we're talking about.
I mean, okay, but literally, rust is just iron oxide.
Yeah, so it is.
So like colloquially, you'd be correct in calling it rust.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise they have to say, uh, it's
Yeah, like
almost
you.
completely oxidized through.
Yeah, yeah.
so it's
So
a,
you know, like when you get something that's silver and it gets that like dark color on it, that's silver oxide. That's
mhm.
basically silver rust. When you see like a bronze statue and has green all over it, that's basically bronze rust.
Yeah,
Just colloquially, that's what they mean.
yeah. Just
but
saying
they're just
oxides
oxides.
through is a little too high IQ for
Yeah,
Chase.
yeah, you'd have to be like, oh, it oxidized through it. It's like, okay, cool. Chase knows what oxide is.
Cool, thanks, doctor.
You're telling me a journalist knows what oxide? No, no. Journalists are usually pretty smart, but
Yeah, they're pretty smart usually. They
we're
kind of
talking
have
about
to
Chase
because they
here.
have to look up all this stuff and then kind of somewhat understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, take it away.
Inside, there's a staircase right in front of me. To the left and right, there are wide, darkened hallways. I'm just crossing over the threshold when I realize what I'm doing. Even if I did get some good footage, it would have been from breaking into the place illegally. I'd basically be filming a crime for a school project. The floor creaks above my head, and I realize just how stupid this is. I turn back around, making sure to shut the rickety door behind me fully before I start back towards the road. It was a dumb idea, sure, and I've come up with a lot of stupid ideas, but for some reason I can't shake the feeling that that had been especially weird. I'm at the end of the road when I remember the horn at the window. I don't turn around. Screw that place.
Yeah, screw that. Am I?
So, how
Okay,
do
you're
you
good.
even know that he's here? Jenna eyes Leo as we make our way up the walk to Carl's house. You were gonna say something?
Oh no, I was just gonna ask if I'm doing Jenna or you are. Seems like you are.
Yeah, I think I'm doing Jenna. I mean, unless you want to voice act Jenna.
No, I'll let you voice Jenna.
Yeah, because I think I've voiced her for like the past two routes or so.
Yeah.
As I'm looking up at the mansion, I think of how you imagine a lot of things being bigger when you're younger. Not Carl's house. I always forget how big it is when I see it again. Even kids from Peyton wanted to hang out with Carl because of it.
Carl is like 95%. Oh, Carl is here like 95% of the time. Besides, how would he get around without his parents?
Jenna doesn't say anything as TJ bounds up to the door and rings the doorbell while balancing a cake against his chest. Go for it.
Everything is so old fashioned here.
TJ seems to have cheered up since the incident a few days back. At least that's what he's been putting out so far. TJ's putting oh my goodness.
Mm.
I wonder everyone likes him. Sometimes it's hard to tell with TJ. We wait a minute, but there's no answer. Jenna looks pointedly at Leo, who pointedly ignores her.
He's probably asleep.
And how do we wake him up? I wanted to ask where Flynn's at, but even mentioning his name around TJ seems risky. Leo's looking up at the window to the right of the door, about 10 feet off the ground.
You know, if I boost you up, you'll be able to reach.
Are you kidding me? I shift the bag of presents I'm holding, glancing down at the red tissue paper on the top. So, what did I get, Carl? What did I get, Carl? Leo doesn't seem to notice me, continuing to frown at Jenna.
How else are we going? How else are we gonna wake him up?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe by sending him a text in advance to have him meet us somewhere rather than just going to his house completely unannounced. Leo huffs, and I can see his face getting red under his fur, getting redder under his fur.
How
Jenna
can you
has a
tell?
fair point. Jenna has a fair point, but I still felt bad for the wolf. I mean, he's usually here, isn't he?
Guys, let's not fight. Let's not fight, guys. It's supposed to be a party.
TJ's genuinely dis TJ's genuinely disappointed voice seems to put a pause on the tense mood, and Jenna sighs before looking up at the window. I guess I could try.
Great.
Let's go and commit felony breaking and
Let's
entering. Come
commit.
on.
Well, this is turning into a regular.
Crimes.
This is turning into a regular old crime scene, crime route for old Chase. First,
Yeah, I know.
breaking and entering, and then felony breaking and entering. He's going to be a cat burglar without being a cat.
He is the auto burglar. Leo hops down off of the deck, but at that moment, a big rusty truck pulls into the driveway of Carl's house. And it's Flynn, and next to him it's Flynn, and next to him in the passenger seat is an unconscious-looking ram.
The hell?
Flynn parks before slowly and quietly opening the door.
Flynn, what the hell are you doing?
Leo whisper yells it as he walks up to the truck, glancing over at Carl, who's leaned back in the seat with his mouth hanging open. Even from here, I can hear him snoring.
Hey, Wolf, if you still want it to be a surprise, you'll shut up. What the hell are you doing?
Flynn rolls his eyes.
We went to the reservation. What? Why? Because it's something we do sometimes. I texted you that we were going to surprise him. Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Flynn rubs the back of his scaly head.
Just a little late is all. Started winning more than I usually do, so Carl and I stuck around for a little longer.
You were gambling? Of course, because that's all the reservation's good for, huh?
Whoa!
Flynn holds up his hands defensively.
What's with all of you?
Flynn's eyes settle on me, and for some reason I feel my heart give a jump.
Chase! What the hell crawled up everyone's ass?
I feel like the answer should be obvious, but if Flynn's trying to get things at least somewhat close to normality, then I'm fully behind him. You know how Leo is. It's his way or the highway. Leo shoots me a glare, but I grin at him, trying to lighten the jab. I sense TJ further back behind me, separate from the group. I really wish I knew what he's thinking right now. Leo lets out a tiny growl before turning back to Flynn.
I feel like you could have at least told us.
Flynn sighs, glancing back at the ram sleeping in the trunk.
Well, why don't you guys go inside so this whole surprise thing isn't as weird? It's locked.
Flynn walks over to Carl's side before turning to us.
Go in through the back. There's a key under the doormat.
We get into position in front of the door. TJ's a little more enthusiastic, hiding against the wall to the left of the door, a party popper in his hand. I hear a soft clopping sound. I hear a soft clopping along with the low murmur of Carl's voice. The door swings open.
Dude, I just want to put it behind me and not think. Surprise!
I feel like you're doing like way more people's voices right now.
I kind of am because you have narration Chase and Jenna, and I have Carl,
TJ.
Leo. Yeah.
All right, I'll do TJ.
Oh,
Carl stands there.
I could keep doing TJ because you might pick up. Do you want to pick up the side character when he comes up, and then we'll basically be even?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Carl stands there, frozen as strings of confetti drape across his horns. For a moment, he goes completely silent, And we all stare back at him. Then he does that thing that goats do and just goes stiff and falls over.
Faint. Surprise! Boom! Just falls like R2D2 when he gets shocked in like one of those original. Just totally just trash cans over. That's Carl.
Finally, TJ giggles.
Oops. I didn't mean to get it in on your horns.
TJ goes about picking the confetti off Carl's head. He hesitates, his hesitant movements making it obvious how hard he's trying to avoid touching the horns.
What?
Carl finally breaks the awkward silence as he continues to stare at all of us, pushing TJ's hands away to pull the confetti off himself. Leo steps forward, a clearly forced smile on his face.
Oh, your birthday! Happy early birthday!
Carl continues to stare. Flynn steps up to his side and puts an arm around his shoulder.
Yeah! You know, there isn't much to do around here, so we had to come up with something. But a birthday party for me? It's not for another month. Be happy, Carl. This is probably the last birthday party you'll ever get.
Yeah, you're an adult now. We don't really do those.
Yeah, we don't do those. We don't get presents anymore. We just get bills.
That's the present from the state. It's the present that just keeps coming and coming and coming and coming and coming.
Yeah, every single year. You're a year older. Pay this bill. Pay us money.
Dude, can you imagine people who have their birthday on like April 14th or something?
Oh man, that's awful.
They're
I'm a
just like,
tax
"Fine."
baby.
It's like, yeah, I did it.
Yay!
Oh, wait.
I'm sad.
Depending on their economic level, though, they're either really happy or they're really sad. They're either
That's
getting a
true.
lot of money back or they're spending a whole ton of money to keep their stuff.
Right? They pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go pay their taxes, and it's either the state and government gave me a tax return birthday gift, yay, or it's like they took my money, now I can't afford presents for myself. Life sucks.
Man, it's had to pay 30 grand in taxes.
The
Sucks.
balls that hurt, man.
Carl opens his muzzle and snaps it shut, his long ears twitching around. Carl, this is basically just a party. Your birthday is just an excuse to have it.
Oh, come on, Gina, we got you gifts and everything.
Leo nods at me, and I take that as my cue to lift my bag into the air, grinning sheepishly.
I mean, it was Leo's birthday last month. So what? You want to just re-gift everything to him?
Flynn gives a hard tug on one of Carl's horns, and he swats at Flynn's hand with more annoyance than I'm used to seeing him have.
And cake!
TJ raises the cake into the air. Flynn leans against Carl, pointing at it.
See? Red velvet, your favorite.
I'm silently thankful that Flynn's trying this hard to not let Carl freak out. I think we're all a little taken back with how much he's resisting. Carl's shoulders do droop a bit at the sight of the cake, though. Where are your plates? Jenna's over at the cupboards, opening a few and looking inside. This kitchen is huge.
Second one over.
At this point, we've managed to shake off the awkward haze we're in and start moving to the table.
So, we got the whole day planned out for you. Yeah?
Carl stands at the end of the table, one hand on a chair as he watches all of us. While I knew Carl wouldn't really be into the idea of a party, I didn't think it would be this bad. I wonder if his anxiety has gotten worse since the incident at the university.
We're going out to eat later, and then a movie. Thought you might want to see the new Luce Lobo film, you know?
Carl's hands go up to pull the beanie tight over his head.
Well, as long as you don't tell the waiters that it's my birthday.
Oh, yeah, that isn't that place by the theater where they basically force you to wear one of those cone hats?
Yep. I swear to God, if one of them gets all touchy with my horns trying to put it on. What? You'll blow smoke at him? Wait. What? You'll blow pot smoke at him? I think it's kind of fun.
TJ's struggling to pull the plastic dome off the cake. Leo reaches out to help him, but it pops free at that moment and takes a large glob of frosting off the side of the cake.
Ah! Good one, Tej. We can give that piece to Carl so he can stay on his diet.
Flynn puts up air quotes around the word diet.
And I did
An
too.
awkward, an awkward silence follows, one that Flynn clearly notices, and I see him sulk in response. Carl coughs.
I didn't have breakfast, so this should be fine.
Man, that is a mood that happens where it's like you make a joke and you're kind of it sounds funny in your head, and then you realize that just absolutely no one thought it was funny, and it just kind of soured the mood a little bit. And you're just
Yeah.
like, ah.
Yeah, and Flynn's kind of like, yeah, pretty much everyone's just like, shit, that one didn't go over
Yeah,
well.
it's that whole thing where if you're just like, oh, hey, sorry, that you'll literally just make it worse.
Yeah. and
It's
Flynn's
like
definitely
shit.
the kind of guy who just wouldn't be like, "Oh, right, that didn't go over well. Sorry."
Leo claps his paws together.
While we're having cake, why don't we start opening your presents, huh?
Carl grabs the bag and unceremoniously dumps it out onto the table. He goes through them, giving an obligatory thanks when he finds out who gave it to him. I see my gift for the first time along with Carl. A hornband. In black and orange. University of Pueblo colors. We used to make fun of the jocks who wore them at Pueblo.
Thanks.
He looks at me as if trying to figure out if I'm joking or not, and I can only offer a pained smile in response. It's only now that I'm feeling guilty for not getting him the present myself. I'll get him another on his real birthday. Flynn steps forward at that point.
Here's mine. Something I got from the reservation.
Flynn reaches into his pocket and pulls out something small and hidden in his hand. When Carl sees it, his eyes widen.
Oh, wow.
It looks like a rectangular piece of metal with 2 points sticking out of the top. It's not until Carl pushes a thumb against one of the horns and pops it open that I realize it's a lighter.
Now you don't. Now you won't look like a total loser when you get blazed.
Carl gives Flynn a small smile before flicking the lighter on before snapping it shut.
Thanks, man. Don't worry about it. Store owner actually gave me a discount. They still remembered me from all the smokes I used to buy there. You went all the way to the reservation for that?
Cigarettes are untaxed on the reservation. Another thing that it's useful for, huh, Flynn? A chill descends over the room again after it had just warmed up.
I I went there for the casino. The cigarettes were just
Hmm. Flynn stops and frowns, looking confused and hurt. At this point, I start to feel myself wanting to stick out for him. The rest of the party is stiff and uncomfortable as Flynn stews in the corner. Finally, Leo stands up and tells us to get out to the car. Leo gives Flynn a look, and I can tell he's going to confront him on something. Quietly, I linger towards the door and listen as the rest of them head out.
Oh, so now I just can't say anything to him, huh? Flynn.
The look on Leo's face is deadly. His eyes are narrowed, his ears flat against his head, teeth bared. Flynn's initial indignation cools and he backs up.
You promised me that you wouldn't fuck this up. You said you wouldn't cause any problems. I was fucking trying to make things better. Can you read a fucking room? No one wanted you to say anything to him. What? So I'm just gonna let things stay like this for the whole week? Well, that's kind of your fault, isn't it? I'm trying to be nice to him. And did you see Jenna? She's not fucking helping. You know how TJ is. Just leave him alone. He's a fucking adult. He's not some little kid you have to protect. That's why it's been years and the little shit hasn't manned up enough to say what actually happened.
Leo's hackles flare.
See? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Did it cut out for you?
Yeah.
Leo's hackles flare.
See? That's what this is about. You only want another chance at him.
Leo's looking at Flynn with pure disgust on his face.
Sounds like you just wanna fuck him. I wouldn't put it past you, slut.
Flynn leans back with a smirk.
Then I'm not the only one with ulterior... Then I'm not the only one with ulterior motives, huh?
Flynn's eyes flick to me. Leo doesn't even say anything in response, instead just letting out a rough snarl. Flynn only flinches a little, but doesn't move, just folding his arms, staring hard at the wolf.
I don't want to see you talking to him again this week. If you do, I'll shove your fat tail so far up your ass. Buy me a drink first. Just get out of the car.
I jump as Leo snaps his head in my direction. I'm torn about this. I don't feel like Flynn did anything wrong in trying to talk to TJ. But if what Leo suspects is true, I think I need to.
Alright, cool.
Hello, Dozeless. Leo punches the door frame on his way out, swinging the door shut with a smash. Flynn retains his position against the back of the couch, his arms folded, coolly chewing on his toothpick. We both listen to the sound of Leo's truck starting up before it fades away as they pull out. I look over at the leftover cake on the table, wondering if I should clean up or just give myself something to do. The glob of cream stuck to the side of the plastic dome gives me a jolt of genuine sadness at the mess this whole get-together has turned into. Meanwhile, Flynn retains his slouched sulking. Finally, the pressure's too much, and I feel I need to say something. So... As if that's his cue, Flynn turns on his heel and stalks out the door. Hey! I scramble to follow him out the door, feeling more annoyed than sorry for him at this point. Where are you going? Flynn doesn't say anything as he walks up to the truck and yanks open the driver's side door. He slams it shut just as I walk to the door. What the fuck? He finally does turn to me, then shifting the toothpick around in his mouth before he speaks.
What?
What do you mean, what? You can't just take off.
Why not?
Flynn arches his prominent brow at me, and I struggle to think of what to say. It's not like he owed me anything. I didn't stick up for him at all back there. Was he expecting me to? As far as I knew, I just needed to get my project done. I thought you could give me a ride. Flynn smirks at me.
Where?
The mine.
You serious?
I mean, it's a few miles away.
You know it's sealed up and everything, right?
Well, yeah, but it doesn't mean I couldn't get a few shots from the outside. Flynn sighs heavily, and that annoys me more than anything else. Whatever, man. I turn around and start heading up the road, not even sure if it's the fastest way to the mine. For the next 10 seconds, I walk briskly up the road, but Flynn's car doesn't start up. I already know that he's going to relent before he says it.
Fucking hell. Hey!
I turn around, trying not to smile. What?
You know what? Get in.
I try not to look too eager as I make my way over to the passenger side and hop in.
Think you're smart, don't you?
I roll my eyes. I don't think anything. I'm Chase. I don't even make my own decisions. There's like some weird gods on the other side of a computer screen that are making decisions for me. I'm just Chase Hunter.
Do you ever feel like you're being controlled at certain points of your life?
Do you have schizophrenia and believe that you are being manipulated and controlled by an outside force? Well, if you do, there's medication for that. I don't think anything. You're the one shooting yourself in the foot all the time.
Whatever, man.
I stare through the bars of rebar into the darkness of the old mine. There's a damp, cool breeze coming from inside, but all I can smell is dirt.
Yep. Beautiful, ain't it? Might as well just slap that mine gel on our flag. Represents the town pretty good.
Yep, beautiful, ain't it?
Yep.
Flynn leans against the truck, chewing another one of his toothpicks. There's an unsettling feeling about the whole place, and I'm kind of glad Flynn is with me because of it. Yeah, I'm doing alright, Dozles. It's a good 3 miles from the town center, and the gravel road is deserted. Only our only company is a few crumbled ruins and foundations scattered every 20 feet or so. The only sign of modernity is an oddly placed long patch of asphalt with 2 tall lampposts at the end of it. The town had tried to turn the area into a tourist destination a decade ago, but the recession put a hard stop to that. That seems to be a running theme in the town's history. Progress halted by outside forces. Don't you have anything to say in that? Don't you have any say in that? I mumble absent-mindedly, messing with the settings of the camera.
Huh? No. No. I'm the clerk. I just mess with records and shit.
It's still hard for me to imagine Flynn working in that position. Shouldn't you be there now? It's been still. It's been. It's still before 5.
Maybe. But why bother?
What? He looks up at me, toothpick bobbing around in his mouth, eyes wide as he shrugs.
What? You think anyone's gonna notice? I get paid to do nothing.
But won't you get fired?
It's an elected position.
Um, well, unelected then?
It goes unchallenged every year, Chase.
I frown. Doesn't Flynn have any sense of duty? Flynn takes the toothpick out of his mouth and stabs it in my direction.
Hey, I didn't bring you here to get lectured about how to do my job. I've been doing it for the past 3 years.
Flynn shoves the toothpick back in his mouth.
Anyway, I was kidding. I'm part-time. I get my shit done, then I leave.
I set the camera on the tripod and look through the lens.
Don't me. It's kind of like he does that. It's kind of funny. Chase does that to Flynn in Route 65 on Flynn's route. Kind of the same thing, because Flynn tells him to delete some stuff off his phone, and Chase just gives him like the 3 dots, and Flynn's like, "Don't 3 dots me, damn it!"
Dude, that's like working at the hospital. Like, people, like, some of our patients will be saying stuff. We're just like,
That's so interesting. I just didn't really pay attention.
Yeah,
That's so fascinating. I didn't pay attention.
Or it's like Family Guy.
It's like actually it's more like Wayne's World. That scene where the guy at the radio station is just like, yeah, I get, yeah. He's paying absolutely no attention to Wayne and the other guy.
Yeah, Garth,
and they're just basically talking shit to him about him the entire time. They just make him look like a complete idiot, and he's just like, yep, that's right. If you haven't watched Wayne's World, you should do it. I highly recommend.
Yeah, it's Wayne's World. Party time. Excellent.
Wayne's World. Sound like, how's it go? Wayne's World. Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. Something party time.
Something like that. As you can tell, we're old. There's a good amount of There's a good amount of satisfaction I get out of teasing Flynn. I mean, your cousin, or whatever, is the mayor, right?
My aunt is, and so what?
Isn't that nepotism or something? Flynn sighs heavily behind me.
Elected.
All right. Just seems kind of, I don't know, like not a good thing. As I film, I can hear him readily starting to grumble behind me, so I try to change the subject. Well, it's good that you're still not smoking anymore. The toothpick's helping?
Not right now, they're not. Fucking otters.
It's like that one person at work. Ugh. It's the reason I get out of there so fast.
Right?
Flynn had smoked since he was a freshman in high school. I distinctly remember him offering me cigarettes when I was like 14. He always gets pissed off if I remind him about that. I pick up the camera and move to a different angle. Well, maybe you could give Leo a few pointers. He doesn't say anything to that, and I close my eyes and remember what just happened with the wolf. I film for another minute, then turn around to face him. I'm sorry about what happened. Flynn doesn't look at me, instead choosing to stare at the desert.
Why? You didn't do anything.
But I could have. And this project is why we're here in the first place, isn't it? Flynn sighs and finally looks up at me, his eyes all the more piercing under the bright sunlight.
You know, one thing I can't stand is people apologizing over nothing.
I frown. But Flynn, I'm apologizing for my own inaction. That could have helped you.
That's
So it's not
something.
over nothing.
Not nothing.
It's that I stood there and did absolutely fuck all. Well, when you put it like that.
Well,
Come here, you
yeah,
little shit.
I guess so. You worthless damn otter.
There's one way you can repay me, though, and there's no one here.
Zzz.
What does that mean?
Yeah, you can apologize, but in the end, all it's doing is making you feel better while fixing nothing.
I glare at him, feeling my face get hot even more than it is in the hot desert. He shrugs and leans against the car, head tilted back and eyes shut against the sun. I stalk over to stand in front of him, and I can see a smile playing at the edges of his muzzle. Man, fuck you. On the last word, I jab a finger into his stomach. His eyes open as he grunts loudly, doubling over.
Jeez, Chase.
I fucking stayed in this shithole for you while everyone else is having fun, and this is the thanks I get.
Oh, so you stayed behind just for me.
Well, yeah, you got a huge. I mean, Flynn stays. Flynn stays curled up, rubbing his stomach. His face is inches from mine. And he's still got that stupid grin on his face. You're an asshole.
Oh, Chase, my heart.
He clutches his chest dramatically. More like your stomach. I poke it again, but he reacts too quickly. I poke at it again, but he reacts too quickly. His lithe torso bending out of the way.
You can't keep your hands off me, can you?
I just fold my arms, glaring at him. Flynn finally straightens up, looking around.
Glenn, is this The Walking Dead?
Yeah, this is The Walking Dead.
Oh, damn, they're coming out of the mines.
Oh.
Well, I'm not gonna do a repeat of yesterday. I've got a house, you know.
He's talking about how we fooled around yesterday. Is he talking about how we fooled around yesterday? And that he's inviting me back to his house? Or more specifically, his bedroom? I swallow. I don't want to look too eager, like that's the only reason I've stayed behind. You know, I'm a little hungry. You want to go out and get something first? Flynn snorts as he gazes down at me.
What, from the diner? You know how that fucks me up.
I think. You said you'd cook for me a few days back. Flynn sighs, rubbing a hand behind his head.
What is this, some kind of date?
Well, you said you preferred dinner first before. I trail off as Flynn raises a brow at me.
I said a drink.
We can have that, too. As long as it's not warm. I'm not that thirsty, Flynn. I don't like it that much.
Hot, thick milk.
I was going for something else.
I was making a
It's like
reference
that
to.
joke.
I was making a reference to Mr. Furry.
So there was this meme going around a while back. that went. One guy's like, "Man, I really need to pee," and someone else is like, "Man, I'm really thirsty." And then the first guy turns to him and is like, "We have a shared interest." It's like, no, we don't.
It's like, ew,
No.
I don't like Mantang.
This isn't Dennis the Menace.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But Flynn does have a point. So, Flynn does have a point, though. So, whenever people do, okay. So there's this thing that that shows up. So, whenever people do things that are beneficial to someone else, like unilaterally beneficial to them, but not mutually, this tends to like some people don't understand that they are actually getting something out of it. So when you do something that is unilaterally beneficial for someone else, you're getting a good feeling out of it. Like you're getting dopamine basically out of it. You know, just you're getting dopamine out of it. So a you're getting a kickback. So the thing that gets kind of sneaky about that, or the thing that can be controversial about, say, volunteerism or donating or helping people that you have no reason to help, is that people tend to do that and then look at themselves as though they are these wonderful, fantastic people. And who knows? They could be. But the other thing is, you have to look at it from the angle of, are they doing that just to make themselves feel better? So the context here was Chase apologizing for his inaction, and then Flynn pointing out that he hates people who apologize for nothing because it just makes them feel better while not actually solving anything. So, yeah, I can see where Flynn is coming from,
Yeah.
and how
And
ultimately apologizing for nothing or doing volunteerism, we look at it as altruistic. We tend to look at it like it's altruistic, but you can also look at it from the angle of it being completely selfish, because
hmm
the reason they're doing it is for that kickback of dopamine and feel good chemicals.
yeah, and it's completely shallow. It's like the shallowest way of like taking any kind of responsibility or I don't know, trying to right some sort of wrong where in this case it's like Chase could totally call or text Leo and be like, "Hey, it's fucked up that you and Jenna just mutually shit on Flynn and teamed up on him when he made a very not aggressive comment towards TJ." And maybe he has a point. TJ needs to man up a little bit and just be able to take a few ribs from Flynn. But he doesn't do that. He just apologizes, and it's like that's the wussiest and pussiest minimalistic way of trying to account for yourself or take my side.
Yep, pretty much.
And that's where Flynn comes from. And, that's true. If you're just going to apologize, like, it doesn't really fix anything. It would be a whole lot better if you actually did something. Because there is also is like the actions speak louder than words. So it's like,
Yep.
it could also be from Flynn's perspective is, you're lying to me because you're saying that you're sorry, but your actions are demonstrating that you don't care or that you are not sorry, which means you're probably lying to me or you're just trying to get something out of me. You're trying to butter me up.
Mm-hmm. It's just like, how is you being sorry doing anything for me?
Yeah, because it's literally doing nothing for me. It's just making you feel
Correct.
better, like it's taking the weight off of you. Well, I still have all the blame, all the rejection from my group of friends, all the shit being flung my way, me being basically ostracized by the greater majority of the friend group, all because I got pissed off. Even though I admit that I fucked up in the
Mm-hmm.
first part of this, I admit I fucked up, but that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and like the thing is, Flynn's trying to resolve something. Like he's trying to do things to help things get better. It's just not the way that's working for everybody else.
Yeah, their whole thing is they don't want to give him another chance to right the wrong. They just want to be like, leave TJ alone. It's like, how are we ever going to get past this then?
I mean, there's also another thing. So he works as a clerk, I'm assuming for like the courts.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, in that kind of position, you see things that are real, like actual issues that can be acted on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
And you also see all kinds of arguments from people who are trying to solve things without actually solving anything. they're just trying to solve things with words, but
or
not actually doing anything about it.
or make themselves appear to be trying to do something so that their constituents will elect them again if there's any
Yeah,
challengers.
exactly. So it's like if you ever end up, anybody who watches this, if you ever end up working in law, well, like the example here is okay, let's say someone gets in a car accident. It's like they can say, "Oh, I'm so sorry that you got hurt," all they want, but that's not actually going to do anything. What will actually do anything, however, is money or actions or something like that, something that's tangible.
Yeah.
Not just, oh, I'm so sorry that you got hurt a little bit. Oh, poor baby. Stepping a little bitch. So, is what it is.
Yeah. And law actually goes through quite a lot to actually say something along the lines of make someone right again or make someone whole
No,
again.
no, it's making them whole.
Yeah, make them whole again. Like in the
we
case
we
of,
avoid any right again crap here as much as possible.
yeah,
Because
making
with
them,
certain shit, Lord.
yeah, making things whole again, especially in the case of the car, an example of the car crash would be they get hurt a little bit, they have pain and suffering, they have to repair their car, and if it's serious enough, their personal injury is serious enough, they have to take off time from work. Well, you can't really do too much about the pain and suffering that they've experienced from the actual impact. Um, but you can pay money to make them a little more whole, and then since I'm assuming they no, I'm assuming someone else hit them or caused them to get in the accident in this
Yeah, let's just
scenario.
assume that. So,
So,
like, the things that they could be sued for would be medical damages, vehicle damages, any kind of therapy that they need to get because they're terrified of driving their car now,
yeah, lost
time lost
wages.
from work, any, if they owned a practice, like anything that happened that, like, any projects that failed because they got in the accident and were hospitalized, like just a million and one things that you can think of. Anything that, and the whole thing is like the plaintiff's law firm, the person who was hit in this accident, we'll say, would be suing for anything and everything that they could possibly find.
Yeah, anything
And
under the
then,
sun.
a lot of that would just get cut down. Like, anything you could possibly think of that could have a monetary value attached to it will just be added into the pool
Yeah,
and then used to try and extract as much money as possible. But it'd probably mostly just be against their insurance.
for the most part, yeah. The insurance would try to take care would, well, they would
Yeah.
not try to take care of most of it, but they would probably be forced to take care of most of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, think about it like this: like the resources that an individual has,
Yeah,
like most
so
of the
much
time,
less than
most
an
people's savings are
organization.
less than like 10 grand, maybe 30, 40 grand at max. Aside from that, they have to dip into their 401k, their purse, their public works retirement, stuff
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah.
But the insurance company, well, that's $1 billion industry.
Oh yeah.
They've
And if
got money.
they've got all kinds of assets that they could liquidate if they really need to.
No, they'll just take out loans. Man, they'd be fine. So you can sue them for like hundreds. You can sue them for tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. It'll be great. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
And they'll be just fine. They'll just up the rates on everyone because our
Uh-huh.
expenses are your expenses.
And
That's
then,
business.
afterwards, after you won the case and you have your, $20 million after tax, you can make yourself feel better by donating $1 million.
Well, no. Actually, I think to go in line with what Flynn's saying, you would just call the person who lost the case and say, "Sorry."
Sorry. Kiss my All right.
Or
Let's see.
take a picture of the sorry board game and text it to them.
All right. Flynn looks off into the desert again.
Fine, but I'm gonna get you back for that poke.
I smirk. Yeah, what? As he turns away from me, his tail comes in and smacks against my crotch.
Ouch.
It wasn't that hard, but it's enough to make me feel. It's not. It wasn't that hard, but it's enough to make me feel it in the bottom of my stomach. Oh, fuck! Come on! I walk bow-legged for the next few seconds as I move to gather up my equipment. I don't think that was an equal exchange.
That's 'cause you ain't a lizard. Now hurry your ass up.
If only this was Full Metal Alchemist.
I still need to watch that. I want
It
to
wouldn't
watch
be
that.
equivalent exchange.
This isn't chemistry or alchemy.
Flynn's house is a ranch-style adobe home. He moved here only a few years ago, so it's my first time seeing it.
It's an alright place. Housemate's quiet and keeps to himself, so it's almost like I have it to myself.
You got a housemate?
Well, yeah. Don't need the whole house. Saves a decent amount of money, too.
We pull in next to a kind of foreign-looking faded yellow scooter.
He's new to Echo. You'll probably like him. He's a big fucking nerd.
As he pushes his glasses up with one finger.
Hi. Maybe that should be his
Hi.
whole thing. Hi, my name's side character.
Makes you think a little
I know
Crevo
about-
and Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge.
I'm Weevil.
I hop out, the pavement warm against my pads, even though the sun is setting. It looks kind of nice. Kind of a smaller version of Carl's house.
Carl's Mansion, you mean?
On the way up to the door, I feel his thick tail bump against my own, though it's soft enough that I am not sure if it's on purpose. As we get inside, I'm hit with a blast of warm air that's not much different than what's outside. I air out my shirt. Flynn notices and chuckles.
Sorry, but you better get used to it if you want to hang out with a Gila.
As I follow Flynn into the kitchen, the smell is a bit strange as well. Kind of like sagebrush, which isn't a bad thing at all. Is that you?
He has a name on there.
Is that you, Flynn?
Yeah, I have a friend over.
Oh, one of your reunion friends. Flynn opens the fridge.
We have any green peppers left?
I hear a sliding door from the hallway and turn around to a somewhat startling sight. A tall lizard comes in, but it's not his height that surprises me, but rather his coloring, spotted blue with pale eyes. And I realize he's a salamander, not a reptile. I suppose I'd seen brightly colored amphibians in Pueblo, but definitely not Echo, and not even in Peyton. There's a smile on his face, and I try hard not to stare.
Dex, this is Chase.
Oh, hello, Chase. Hi. I reach out to his offered hand before feeling the cool, almost slippery sensation of his skin. Yeah, sorry. I know you guys aren't used to salamanders around here. I cringe inwardly as I realize he'd caught me staring like a dumbass. Oh, no, I don't mind. Mind? Me being a salamander? I'm mortified. He's still smiling. But he's still smiling.
All right, Chase. All right, Chase. Enough making a fool out of yourself.
Flynn is tossing ingredients onto the counter. Peppers, cheese, eggs. He can't help it if he's not used to it.
Well, he's always bragging about going to college. Sometimes it serves you better if you just get out more.
I'm not sure what to say at this point, but Dax saves me from having to try. Oh, please. Daxton sits next to me on the stool, that warm smile still plastered to his face. Yeah, Flynn here was trying to sweet talk a hyena a few months back. I see Flynn tense up before he turns around, pointing an eye threatening at the salamander.
Don't you dare.
Well, now the big question is, was it a salamander guy or a salamander? Was it a hyena guy or a hyena lady? Because the guy's probably smaller in like Chase's height, and the hyena lady probably makes Leo look small.
Right? I think I've heard that too. I think the hyena female is supposed to be like fucking massive.
Yeah, basically take like
A
the
lion?
gender, what is it? Gender dimorphism of most mammals between the sexes and flip it for hyenas. So the females are enormous and like killing machines, and the males are kind of small.
It's also kind of like how a lot of spiders are too.
Yeah. Refer to him as a canine. Like, isn't that something basic that you learn in school? Wow, Flynn. Really? Flynn turns back around with a huff.
Sometimes you forget shit.
He's trying to play it off, but I can see the frills on the back of his head flaring out.
He didn't care anyway. We fucked. So fuck off.
Daxton rolls his eyes before getting up and airing out his shirt like I did earlier. Well, I'm going back to my side of the house. It's a friggin' sauna over here. He pats me on the shoulder as he passes. Nice meeting you, Jays. I watch as he heads back down the hallway, sliding shut the door. It's colder on that side of the house?
Yeah. Dual habitat residence.
I look longingly over at Dax's side of the house.
Get your ass over there so I can teach you how to cook something. Oh, wait. Get your ass over here so I can teach you how to cook something.
The next hour is surprisingly fun, even though half of it is spent with Flynn yelling at me about how wrong I'm doing stuff. He calls it chile chile rianos, peppers filled with cheese and meat and covered in egg before being fried. I have to agree with Flynn that it's way better than the diner food, even though the food over there is still pretty good. When we finish, Flynn dumps the dishes in the sink with a clatter before snatching me up by the arm. Hey!
Shut up, Chase.
He just says it like that. Shut up, Chase. I frown, but allow myself to be dragged down the hallway to what I presume is the lizard's room. It's small and simple, but what I'm most focused on is the fairly large bed. He pulls me in to make room to shut the door before pressing me back against it and kissing me full on the mouth. I open my mouth the moment his tongue prods at my lips. I'm not used to the feeling of something so thin and flexible sliding into my mouth, but it's not a bad feeling. His long tongue easily entangles my smaller one. At the same time, his hands grab the bottom of my shirt and pulls it over my head, breaking our kiss. I was about to say, like, what is he gonna do? Like, pull it over your head and like over his, and just start wearing your shirt inside out?
Yeah, right.
I have your shirt now, Chase.
I am your shirt.
You imagine an animated, an intelligent shirt or something? It's like, you're wearing me now. Now, it's time to go into the washing machine.
It'll probably be something like, it's been a while since I've gone for a soak, and you reek. Or something, or maybe it would be like, you're forgetting to apply your deodorant again. And I'm going to remind you constantly because I have a sense of smell.
Do you know where my sense of smell is, by the way? It's at the corner of your shirt where it goes near your sleeves. Please wear deodorant. Ugh,
Just has big
imagine.
nostrils. Its nostrils. It's
You can feel it breathing.
the shirt's nostrils are basically the holes that
Ugh.
your arms go through, so you can just
Oh
smell
man.
your pits the whole time.
Oh man, that'd be horrible.
Ew.
Just imagine, like, if all of your garments were alive. It's just like the garments that is your underwear is like, can you please not eat beans?
Yeah, probably that. Please
Can you please not
wash.
eat beans and eat nothing but like asparagus? It's terrible down here.
Yeah.
As I lean back against the wall, Flynn's eyes play over my body, clearly drinking it in. I narrow my eyes. Hey, you've already seen me naked. I reach forward, undoing his belt with quick, jerky movements. Flynn doesn't resist and instead stands there, smirking down at me. That's bottom energy right there.
Flynn.
Chase.
Oh.
I give him a smirk in return as I rest my hand on his hips before slowly sliding them down, pushing the pants down with them. Hearing some weird tune. As his tail slides out of the rear, I move my hands around to feel his ass as the pants slide further down. His thick tail twitches in response before I squeeze his soft rear, earning a gasp from the lizard. I'm so preoccupied with his backside that I almost forget the front. That's when his pants finally drop to the floor, and I find myself face to face with Flynn's cock. A chicken, clearly, guys. Don't worry, censors. It's literally just a chicken. Don't worry about it. I almost go cross-eyed, staring at the tapered tip. I hear the lizard chuckle above me as he sways his hips, bobbing his length in front of my nose.
What's that face? It's like you've never seen a dick before. Oh.
I clamp my muzzle around it, egged on by Flynn's teasing. His hands immediately go to my head, steadying himself as he finally shuts up. I think he was probably thinking about helicoptering or something with all that. I take it all in, almost gagging on the length. Leo's the only other guy I've blown, and he's basically the opposite compared to Flynn. While he was shorter and thicker, what's in my mouth now is long and thin. I start to bob my head back and forth, suddenly self-conscious, worried that a pro like Flynn might see me for the complete amateur that I am. His reaction, though, says otherwise. He grunts and moans, hips bucking and pressing into my mouth each time I pull back. I look up at his face and I'm surprised to see him staring right back down at me. His eyes are slits, his mouth hanging open as he gasps. I blush and look back down, focusing instead on his lithe stomach, his faint abs standing out just a bit more with each thrust. For the next 5 minutes, the only sound is the gasping breaths from the lizard and the occasional thump of my head against the door. Flynn mirthlessly apologizes each time. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
And then
Sorry.
Chase lets go. He's like, none of that means a damn thing if you don't just put me on the fucking bed. Apologizing means nothing. It means nothing.
That's right, Flynn. Didn't you learn your own advice? Damn it.
Fuck.
Damn it, you used my secrets against me.
You damn otters.
As it goes on, though, I can feel the muscles in his legs starting to tense up.
Fuck. It's coming. Do you want me to pull out?
Flynn must be pent up. I always took Leo at least 10 minutes before he came from a blowjob, if at all. I feel Flynn tense up and start to step back, but I slide my hands up his thighs, squeeze his ass again, keeping him firmly in place. Otters always swallow, it seems. If Flynn is trying to pull back, he runs out of time because I feel his length jump in my mouth.
Oh, fuck.
Flynn doubles over me sharply, his head slamming against the door as I take him all the way in and start sucking. His thin body shakes against me, and I try not to smirk as I feel his clawed feet brush against my knees as they dance around in ecstasy. I glance up at him again and see the top of his head and hands pressed to the door. His eyes are squeezed shut, his teeth are bared as he hisses through them. His other hand is gripping tightly.
Griply tighting.
Yeah. His other hand is gripping tightly onto my head fur, and with each suck he grips tighter. After about 3 spurts, his twitching dick finally settles on my tongue. Well, Flynn is definitely quicker to come. He isn't quite as much as Leo, so I have no trouble getting it all down. I see his stomach rise and fall in front of me as he sags and gasps against the door.
Oh, fuck. Jeez. I don't know what you did, but... Ah, fucker!
In the middle of his sentence, I give his soft cock another suck. He yanks my head back with his hand on my head, his slick dick bobbing from my mouth. I grin, but then gasp as I'm yanked up to my feet. Flynn turns with me towards the bed, made difficult by the pants around his ankles, and shoves me backwards into the mattress. He grins at me as he slides his shirt back over his shoulders.
Now it's your turn.
I lay on my side, head on Flynn's chest, while his arm is wrapped around me, his hand stroking my shoulder. He's also got a cigarette in his mouth. We
I was
both
gonna
have
say he's
cigarettes
also
in our
got a
mouth at
cigarette
this
in his
point.
mouth.
We're both smoking.
I was gonna say cigarette somewhere too.
I rub his smooth stomach in big, wide circles, making sure to get every inch of it. I occasionally trace the outline of his chest as it rises and falls before dipping down low, almost touching his semi-erect cock. He doesn't seem to be in the mood for another go, though, so I'm content just to lay there and listen to his deep breaths.
What's wrong with me wanting to know what happened?
Oh, that post-nut clarity. I pause in my rubbing, resting my paw in the middle of his stomach. He tenses it for a second, so I continue the rubbing. Nothing. I guess it's how you go about doing it. He grunts.
Doesn't matter how I do it. He's gonna be upset.
Might be easier if you tried to go at it more delicately. Flynn takes a deep breath, and I watch his hand rise and fall with it. Watch my hand rise and fall with it.
He's hiding something. You know it too.
I don't say anything because I'm hiding something too.
Magic.
We lay there like that for a while. We lay there like that for a while. Flynn breathing softly into my ear as his fingers creep over my arm to tease at a nipple.
Everyone does. But they still treat me like I'm some sort of monster for wanting to know.
I press down suddenly and he grunts loudly into my ear as he tenses up against my hand. You don't really think what you did at the river was appropriate? Ow! I cringe as Flynn pinches my nipple. He doesn't say anything, though, and we lay there in silence for a while longer.
Sydney didn't deserve that.
I swallow. No.
I mean, I know he was a dick, but he came from a rough place.
I just listen, not wanting to say something wrong. Flynn never opened up like this.
You guys didn't know him like I did.
I stop rubbing and I turn my head to look at Flynn. His eyes are open, staring at the ceiling.
Chase, I need to find out what happened.
Flynn.
No, I'm sick of wondering. I'm sick of imagining.
He looks down at me suddenly, and the expression on his face is strange.
I'm gonna talk to him again.
Who, TJ? I hear my voice rise in concern. He doesn't say anything. Flynn. I sit up. Don't do that. He glares at me.
Yeah? Why not? This is probably the last chance I'll get.
But don't you guys have phones?
Right? You could text him. Don't say sorry.
I try to think of something to say. Nothing good will come out of it. If he hasn't said anything until now, then he probably never will.
We'll see about that.
The implication in his voice sends a chill down my spine. Flynn! The lizard looks away from me.
What? I'm not gonna do anything. Just talk.
And if he doesn't say anything? Flynn stares at the wall.
Then I guess that's that. But I want to talk to him without Leo there to coddle him like he's some little kid.
I put my face in my hands and rub slowly. I know Flynn would never want to hurt TJ, but he can get so emotional, and what if TJ says the wrong thing and exposes our secret? Just let me go with you when you do. Flynn turns his head to look back at me.
Why?
And let's do it next to the lake, if we can, or a large, deep body of water. No reason.
Let's do it in the mine with the bear around.
Yeah, I just wanted to be there to keep things grounded. Flynn stares hard at me.
Maybe. He likes you, so maybe that'll be good.
He continues to stare at me, and I feel a little uncomfortable. What?
You just have to promise one thing.
What? I say it a bit more slowly.
Don't get in the way. Don't try to defend him, even if he's acting all sad and shit.
I look back at him, unsure of what I'll say. I don't want TJ to get hurt, and just the thought of this confrontation is making me feel sick. But I don't want him to be alone when this happens either. The thought of telling one of the others, Jenna or Leo, comes to mind, but I know that'll be a fucking catastrophe if I do. That would be at the end of all. That would be the end of a lot of friendships. This still left a chance that they would survive. Either way, I'm going to have to promise him if I want a chance to go along. But whether or not I keep that promise.
Tell the truth or lie.
What do you think we should do?
Well, it is
Tell him the
Chase.
truth.
We
He might not believe us, or he'll probably intimidate us into doing what he wants. If we tell a lie, he'll probably go along with it. Or he might catch it, or he might call us out on it.
No, he'd
If you're a
definitely call
fucking
us out.
liar, Chase.
Yeah, he would definitely call Chase out for that. This is Flynn. He would definitely call you out for telling a lie. Probably beat your ass. Well, probably not beat your ass, but he'd be real pissed off and shout at you.
Let's go ahead and save.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go ahead and say it right there. Yeah, let's go say it. Yeah.
This is probably saving. We're at the same. Yes. Let's tell him the truth.
Let's tell the truth.
I I promise, but only if it doesn't get physical. Flynn's eyes narrow. What? He continues to stare at me like he's trying to see something behind me. What? I'm not lying. Flynn gives his signature snort and closes his eyes again.
It won't.
I look at him skeptically, deciding to not remind him about what happened at the river. I sigh and stare at my naked balls for a moment, feeling a little strange. I'm I'm gonna go to the bathroom, maybe take a shower.
All right.
I get up onto unsteady feet and head into the hallway, wondering if I should try.
What's wrong with you? That was a
Thursday.
little strange. Did you want to call it here or continue?
Yeah, let's go ahead and call it here.
All right.